which is to sit back and watch a screen. And don't bother me now. Instead, come join me. We're going to have some musical event. And so what I want to make it clear is that I am the model. I am the person singing and dancing and doing all the things that I am encouraging them to do. You are the one that's going to be doing it. It's my full expectation that you will do everything I do. So if I'm singing, you sing. If I'm clapping, you're clapping. If I'm tapping, you're tapping. If I'm rolling, you're rolling. If I'm turning,
She can roll, not me.
whatever. And I've had a lot of parents say, this is the best workout I've had all week. Right?
Right.
And, now I have the studio set up so that I have two cameras. I have one so that for sitting and one for standing. So in the standing part, as you notice, as I walk, my sound is coming with me because I have a body mag. It's not important for you. But notice now, if I'm standing, you're standing. And if I'm jumping, you're jumping. If I'm kicking, you're kicking. And if I'm twirling, you're twirling. So therefore, you're going to need to think of a space that's going to be free of toys and other distractible items, and has a door or a way to restrict them from leaving.
Yeah.
So therefore, that puts a little challenge. Of course, maybe less for you guys because you don't have any furniture. So perfect. Find a room with no furniture. You got it straight.
We only have toys. That's it.
Yeah. So like 10 minutes before, you may want to gather all those toys and put them up high so that they don't become you don't want to keep going, come, Audrey, come over here. You want to do this? Audrey, come on, because she's doing what she wants to be doing, which is what they'll do. But what I have here is I have my basket, because in my basket, I have my musical instruments. Now you got musical instruments in a bag, and that's fine. You could leave it in the bag, and when the time comes, you could bring out your bag. And I do ask that you keep the music in something that is their music space.
Yeah.
So this gets put away, and when it's music time, you can say, oh, look, it's music time.
Special.
And they're just, wow, this is the best. So the first thing, they're going to open it up, and they've got scarves, and they got a bell, and you got sticks, and all these wonderful things, including these little bells that are
Those are great. I saw that. They can clap their hands and make the sound.
all sorts of cool sounds. Now, it might be too hard to keep them in the bag. That it's really, you find what works for you. I don't know yet what works, but this is a nice way to keep them together.
Yeah.
But what I put mine into a basket. And the reason I did the basket was, first of all, it's easy for me to get it up and out. But also, I might say to the children, let's take out our scarves today. And notice I'm not taking out the whole basket. Mm-hmm. So at this point, you can decide, but they can take out one for you, one for mommy. Now, if all three of you are there, go find a beautiful satin scarf to add to it. It's okay. It doesn't have to be these scarves, but it's nice. When we're done, we have a ritual for taking them out. We have a ritual for putting them away. And so you may take then your basket, and I'll show the children, I'm taking out my basket and I'm going to put these in here, and they'll put it, and then you put it away. So in other words, they're not going to play with the instruments during class. They're going to play with the instruments during the time that we're playing with the instruments. So this is a Montessori kind of thing where we only have out what we're playing. That's an essential. We're so trained to just throw out the toys, and they go from toy to toy to toy. This is very focused. It's time for bells. Oh, let me find my bells. I have my bells. Can you find your bells? You can help them find the bells, put the rest of them back, and suddenly, so you may want to even keep this basket up high and just take what you need and bring it down.
Okay.
Good thing. And then when everything's done during the week, you may want to leave it in here and let them explore it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I thought we'd do that would be fun at each week is in my basket, I'm going to add an instrument they haven't seen. And I will say something like, what do you hear in my basket today? Can you hear it?
Ah.
And then I'll,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
And oh, what's that sound? And we will describe. And then I might ask you to put something special in their basket or their bag. And you may either look around the house for something that's fun, or you might take a nature walk outside, or maybe you'll take a little plastic container and you'll put sand in it and they can shake it, or you might get a stone and they tap it. So
Yeah.
this is a nice creative way. Each week I'm going to say, did you bring anything that makes a sound? And they'll, if they did, great. If not, I've often seen the children go running off because they
Yeah.
go find something. And I've learned to accept anything. I've even had children come in and say, yes, this makes a sound. And I have to really listen to what the sound is. So, so that's how we handle instruments. And it's an alternative to what we've had to do, which is in the studio, I would take out the instruments and put them away. So now you're in charge of that.
Right.
Now, we're in the What Do You Hear program, and this program is really unique. The book is also going to be in the class each week. If you looked in, you'll notice that there are pictures.
Yeah.
And you'll see that there are words or things going on in each one. It was designed so that as you're listening to the music, you can show the picture. So, you know, if you're singing Sula, you can talk about the child sleeping with the bunny and with the clock in the book, you know, and these ways to expand it. And I'll talk about how to do that in the class.
Okay.
So that by week 8, this becomes a favorite book. You know, they'll come over and say, "Let's do this piece." You know, the train. You know, train.
Yeah.
And they're excited. Another aspect of the class is we're going to be using a microphone. You don't need to have a microphone, but I'm already beginning to isolate rhythm and pitch. So I might do bum bum bum, and then I'm going to ask them to echo it.
Okay.
Now, in the beginning, I'm going to ask you to echo it. So ready? Be my echo. Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
She likes
Did
that.
you like that?
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Right, you get the idea. And it's so much fun. And they just think it's the most fun to share sounds. I'll do it with Flossie. Bum, bum, bum. Did you hear Flossie? Can you help Flossie make that sound? Bum, bum, bum.
Can you sing, Audrey?
Bum, bum.
Right. And on. Now, this is a process, not a product. So we're tempted to go, come on, I know you can do it. No, I know. What we realize is that music ability starts with no response. It's like,
Yeah.
and then suddenly they come with a response, but it's anything. They might go, mama. Or,
Yeah.
and then they get to the next step of where they actually do imitate. And that's around 2. And then they get to the next place around 3, 4, where I'll say, bum, bum, bum. They imitate, and I'll say, do you know there's a language for that? It's called so, mi, do. And now they're connecting the sound with a name. And that happens in the 3-year-old program where I might say, do you know what a frog sounds like? Ribbit, ribbit. I see a frog. Can you give me the sound of the frog? Ribbit, ribbit. Now that's a 3-year.
Really
Yeah,
good.
you got it. And yeah, 2s and 3s, they're starting to get the vocabulary, and that's the next connection, because guess what happens after this? We put notes in front of it, and that's 4 or 5, but we're connecting sound to representation. This takes a long time, And that's next summer. So that's a big part of the program, and I will do those every week.
Yeah.
Mommy paint that.
Yes, Mommy paint that.
Now, environment setup. Here's a couple of tips to make this class effective. As I mentioned, a room clear, a room that has a door, or a room where you feel comfortable that they'll stay with you. Also, a room where someone is not washing the dishes in the background. Why? Because we're all going to hear it, and then I'm going to have to mute you. And I'm trying to not mute anyone. I want to hear the children, but I don't want to hear slam. I'm home, dear. You have any food? Chong, 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 chong. Bathroom flushing. You get the idea. You really want the room to be comfortable. I also would like you to find a floor to be on.
Or you can have that.
So when Tuesday comes, it's 10 minutes before you set up your iPad so that I can see you sitting on the floor. And it's about socially distant, 6 feet away from your screen on the floor. You see where I am?
Yeah.
That I found is a good way that I can see you, I can see the child, and somewhere nearby you have the instruments. I have them here for me, but you can put them higher up. I put my, let's see if I can show you. I put my screen this way. Let me just take this off so you can see. I have it on a bench.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little lower than a table. When you put it up there, you see where my computer is? It looks like you find yourself looking up at it, and I get a lot of this view. Let me see if I can get this back on. I'll get people looking this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I put it lower for me, but the problem when it's lower is there's easier for them to get at the buttons. So you have to decide what works best. You know, if they're going to touch all the buttons, you got to put it higher up, and then you're just going to do this. It's just what's up. I don't want you on a couch. I don't want you on a chair. I don't want you on a bed. I want you on a floor. And and again, move furniture so that you can move around. Lighting. So in the room you're in right now, you may not notice it, but I noticed that you're dark because you have light on behind you, and it's muted light, and it darkens your features. Now, it doesn't really matter, but if you would like you to look a little brighter, you can put a light on behind your screen.
Okay.
That will give you more of a brightness. So, or you might find a room that has northern exposure so that you don't have all the light coming. You know, it's in the morning, so you have to decide which works. Does it work to do it outside? No. A lot of people ask me, could you do these classes outside? And I said no, because they're going to go running.
They'll run away. Yes.
They're going to run around, and suddenly we lose I want an enclosed space where we're specifically sharing music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to people joining, the more people you can get to join, the better. So, because here's the ritual of the class. We always start with a hello. We always then go into the different activities. I always have us on the floor, standing up, on the floor, standing up, on the floor, standing up, on the floor. The final stand-up will be a circle game. And of course, I can't do a circle except with Flossie here. But you can create a circle, and if you have 2 people, that's fine. If you have 3, that's better. And if you have 4, you've got a circle. And it's fun for them. We always end with a circle game. And I used to always end with a sticker. If you have an extra set of stickers you haven't given her that she doesn't eat, have special stickers to put into that basket. So at the end of music class, we have a special music sticker class from Ellen. And I've thought of sending them, but I'll get there. I haven't gotten there yet. Or a special hug, or a special kiss, or now we're going to go look for a sound outside that we can go find, inside out. So I think I covered it. Oh, do you know how to turn on your original sound in Zoom?
Original sound?
Yes. All right.
No, I don't think so, because I've never heard of original sound.
Okay, so I have it set up so that anybody who joins mine, you then have original sound.
Click
Original
on this
sound
thing here.
is designed for the musician, although Zoom never intended it to be designed for the musician, but we've taken it over. Basically, what it does is it takes the sound that you get right now, which is ideal for the speaking voice, and
Yeah.
and it expands the frequency so that I can now hear your singing voice, and you don't get cut out just because you're using so me, and what I hear is so me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Because that's what Zoom is designed to do. So
Okay.
turn on original sound. If you just go to where it says mute, and there's a little
Yes,
arrow,
that little carrot thing, yeah.
Yep.
and at the bottom of the choices, go to audio settings.
Okay.
And in audio settings, you're going to see speaker, microphone, and
Yep.
underneath it says input volume. Unclick the automatically adjust microphone volume.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That will make it noisier for you, but at the same time, it won't suppress you. Now, in the bottom right, you'll see the word advanced. Click advanced. And on the next settings, you're going to see where it says show impedance option, enable original sound for the microphone. Do you see
Okay.
that? Click on that.
Yep.
And underneath it says suppress persistent background noise, disable that.
That's the face. That's
And then suppress intermittent background noise, disable that. And echo cancellation, keep that.
Okay.
And now
She's
bring me back. She's going to get frustrated.
She's upset because she can't see your face right now.
And now it should say in your upper left, turn on original sound. And I'm going to go turn on original sound. And I just turned on my original sound. So now when I go to play or sing or play the piano or anything I'm going to do, the sound is going to be a much richer sound.
I can hear some static.
Yeah, you might hear some static.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be internet. That could be me brushing against here.
Okay.
You hear that?
That's what it is, yeah, I
That's
think.
my body mic, and I'll have this. I did the wrong top. Around and shh.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
So then when I have a regular meeting, I can just turn off original sound and then turn it back on for yours.
absolutely. Now that you have it enabled, you can turn it off. Now, just know you may have to adjust those things for your meetings if there's annoying you. Just adjust it. It's easy enough to do.
Okay. Okay.
And that's it.
Awesome. We're so excited.
This
She
is
really
great.
loved opening up her bag this morning.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's so
We got it just in time.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
it took that long. Okay.
Well, you know, sometimes we take a few days to check the mail because our mailbox is like way at the end of the driveway and we just forget about it. And so it may have been here a few days ago.
Well, it's good to see you guys. And
I know.
Yeah,
Thank you
it's good to
so
see
much.
you.
We're so excited. We really appreciate this.
Yeah.
I don't want you to always have to do Zoom, but I hope it's an option going forward because I think she'd love to do it, you know, for 3s and 4s and
yeah,
like
I mean, here's a new opportunity. She never could have done it.
yeah.
So for you,
Right.
it's a great thing, and you don't have to leave your house, which I'm
Yeah.
planning to do for the next few months. So
No.
That's a nice.
Yeah.
a nice way for me to connect with Audrey. She'll meet Amethyst, and there's another little. There's 2 others.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small group, which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. She'll get to see other kids.
Are all of the kids that's going to be in your classes, are they all local? Like they could come to your house if you could do it at your house?
On the contrary, in my 11 o'clock class, I have 1 student from England and 1 student from France.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that means you may want to continue